Yeah, we still.
The reason we're doing this is because we just had a chance to talk to Confunction. They were here. They performed tonight. Percy Cruz performed tonight. Damon Williams also performed tonight. I'm Timothy Alexander White, Blue Tube Television.
I'm Karwanna Dyson, and right now we are sitting here with your boy Damon Williams and Percy Cruz.
Yes. And usually Tim is like, I'm Timothy Alexander White, but now his throat is gone. So
hardest working man.
Yes.
Well, I've been yelling and screaming and laughing because of these guys. I've been out here every night. So anyway, you know, you've been here before. You've been here before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys seem to continue to have the crowd in the palms of your hands, telling life stories that are absolutely hilarious and funny, talking about your family, talking about things that people do. You guys have been great inspirations to a lot of people, a lot of comedians that are young and coming up. So tell us, I know your love for it, and I don't know what has changed in your life since we've last sat here, but if there's anything new and different, let us know about it. What's going on with you now, Damon? I know you've got some things that are coming up with BET.
Well, we both still don't have hair. But beyond that, Comic View is actually coming back, and they're filming in Atlanta. When we get off the ship, actually is when they start the taping. So I'm doing one of the episodes. You know, Samoa's going to be the host. So they're bringing it back. A lot of people missed that show, so that's cool. Other than that, like I said on stage earlier, I'm doing Tom during the morning show. I got this feature called Seriously in the News, so people are hearing it. And the people on the ship that are not on the West Coast have been kind of gravitating toward my tagline, which is Seriously. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, just stand up around the country.
Okay. You have a joke that you tell.
Okay.
Is it your nephew?
Yeah.
He said he's been trying to retire that joke for 7 years, but the crowd just won't let it go.
And every time I do it, it blows up, so I can't stop it. But it's a physical joke. He's skating, but if you've seen the skate joke, you know what I'm talking about.
And so, Percy, what's been going on with you lately? I keep in touch with you, and every now and then, every blue moon, I'll call both of you and just say hello.
Yes, he does.
And appreciate it. Working hard out here, man. I do a lot of cruise ships, so I'm out here on the cruise ships, man.
You're like Carnival's favorite.
Yeah, that's what
number one.
This is a job for you.
Right, I've been with them for 16 years, man, and I'm loving it, man. And I love doing this cruise. This is just a whole different type of flavor. It's like family when I do this cruise. I feel like I'm family with Festival at Sea, man. And I just like tripping off the people that see Festival at Sea cruises when they get off at the port. And the white people be like a little nervous because we just bum rush the gangway. You know what I'm saying? They're like move on out. The white people, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And other black people be like, what cruise y'all on? Who on y'all cruise? Oh, this is some old bug.
Like that cruise before we pulled out of Cayman, I think it was another ship, and they were just standing over the black people like, how can we go? Because we had our music, we were kicking it, all us kicking it. So it's just a beautiful thing. I don't know where this is going beyond the Bluetooth, but people out there, if you get a chance to see the copy of the actual tape from the cruise, you got to do this cruise. You got it. I don't care. I would never advocate payday loans, but if you got to take a payday loan out,
do that.
A car title loan. Get on festivals.
That's right.
But don't do that any other reason.
Right. And if you're a single woman, you want to do Festival at Sea, we have bachelor auctions. You understand? Bring some money. Now, if you broke, stay home.
And if you're a single woman that just had it with these trifling men out here, we have ladies who like ladies. Anyway, we had to be here. That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be like this talking to these guys.
Yes, indeed.
So what has been the funniest thing that y'all seen on Festival at Sea since y'all part of the family, y'all been with us? Like what this year?
I like a lot of times like when they have the theme nights. Like one year they had like animal night. You got to dress up as an animal. And sometimes the ladies, they come out, they do their thing, but their animals don't match. You cannot have a tiger outfit on with a lion tail. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bros. We got to do better than that. Dress your body size too. That's all I'm saying.
And I think it might be AJ Jamal that says if you wear an animal print, you can't be bigger than the animal. One of the funniest things I remember on the ship was the year when the phones were not working.
That was what?
few years back.
Yeah,
it had a little issue with the phone for a couple of days. They repaired it and everything. But I would say, guys, you got to carry a pen and pad on here because nobody's carrying their cell phones anymore. Because there was one particular guy, and I don't know who he was looking for, but he was walking down all the aisles going, Sheila, Sheila. The next elevator, Sheila. So that was one of the funniest things I ever say. He was trying to find Sheila, whoever she was.
I hope he found her.
I hope he did too.
I hope he found her. Sheila must have been off the chain.
Yeah, she probably was that business.
Festival at Sea, that's what y'all want.
FAS.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And then this year we had the birthday. I want to thank everybody that's watching that came out to the Royal Palms for Juanita's birthday.
For your girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah, you were there.
Party.
Everybody came. I mean, I just made one announcement.
Million
everybody
degrees
came.
out there.
Yeah, million
Not
degrees.
your fault, of course.
And a small cake. And now you know, ever since she made that, people come there walking up to me talking about the cake.
Want my cake.
They want some cake. So I'm gonna get one of them.
Cake was about this big. He invited 500 people to the party. Cake this big.
It was,
be able to get
it was ceremonial.
Birthday party.
It was ceremonial.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
But I'm trying to put together. I do a festival in the Cayman Islands in January.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk. I talked to Herb just a minute ago, and I'm gonna talk to them about maybe doing a Friends Festival, see land excursion to the comedy festival because we did it the last 2 years. Percy will be there as well. You've done the
I've
Cayman
done it before.
Island
Yeah, I had a
but
ball.
we have like club shows, and then we go from the club to the beach, like right out on the beach, big screens. It's a beautiful thing with like a reggae artist closing it out. So this year Beanie Man's gonna be our artist. So look out for that second week of January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you become Carnival for 16 years? How does that?
I got on. My manager got me on. Asked me if I wanted to do a cruise. I'd never done a cruise before. I'm like, well, yeah, man, you know. So I got on, and I did them, and I was nervous about it, and you know, it worked. And they liked me, and the guy who was booking the cruise ships, he like, you know, you can work, you know, cruise ships, and you will never have to worry about booking the rest of your life.
How often are you out?
I'm out quite often now, man. I'm out like about a week, and then I'm home for a few days. Then I'm out another week. Then I'm home for a few days. You know what I'm saying?
And he's being modest. Percy Cruise is the #1 rated requested comic on the Carnival Cruise Line. In fact, I've been on vacation for other reasons. One time we were at the beach in Mexico, and this lady said, "You are so funny, but have you seen this guy? He was on our ship because they had stopped in port."
Right.
And I said, Percy Cruz. She said, that's him. That is him. And they went bananas, dude. And that's happened more than one time for me.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun out here, man. I have a lot of fun.
You keep it real. You got that down home style. And he's adjustable.
Yes,
I mean, he can go to the hood or he can go to the church.
Exactly, because you know I'm ex-thug.
Yeah, because he went to church in the hood.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm ex-thug. He still got a little thug. He's still a thug. He just keep it on the down low. He keep it, but that's still thug right there. You come at it wrong because that's Chi-Town, and his lady, fine as she is, thug. My wife,
we see
you
her
know what I'm
get loose
saying?
this year.
My wife,
really?
my wife will fight you in a minute. She quiet, she don't say nothing. And you know you're gonna get hit when she go, what you say? Bow! Next thing you know, you getting up.
It's all over with.
That's it. She dark skinned too, in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, we have black women.
Black.
You know, one thing I think the unique thing to me about comedians, certain comedians, your ability to pick up something very quickly and turn it into something humorous. It may be funny when it happens, but that to me is a unique ability. I told D.L. Hughley the other night how he challenges himself by picking on people in the audience. He never know what they're going to say.
Exactly.
But for you to open yourself up to ask a question, to be there, quick-witted,
that's a
to
skill
answer.
not all comics possess, but DL is definitely Sinbad's another one who can do that.
Yeah.
Sinbad will open up the mic for 30 minutes, but that comes with experience and confidence.
Right. Joe Torre can do it too.
Well, that's all he can do. And I'm not hating. I'm just saying he's spontaneous as far as the case this gets out.
And that's hard to do though. I do it a little bit, but that's hard to do for a whole show. That's hard to do. You know what I mean?
But it's like anything. I mean, you yourself, you've been picking up stuff every week. I mean, the cake thing you did. You know,
that's great.
You know, and I've watched every time I've been here that you have the ability to pick up on what's been going on throughout the week, and you know that's what they bring you back, and that's why they bring us back because you keep it fresh. So congratulations on that skill you have as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, you're very, very proficient at what you do, sir.
You guys are very humorous, and yet you have different styles. And yet the audience just loves what you both do, I believe, equally.
Indeed. Well,
Very
it's a
unique.
compliment because
It really is. And it's a pleasure working with him, man. I have a ball every time.
Yeah.
and we
We're
watch
doing
each
it.
other work
Right.
as well. And like, for instance, they like, you know, have Percy go out before you. I'm like, Percy ain't no opening act. You know, you got to come with your guns blazing after Percy, because he comes, especially if you only give him 7 minutes. He's see me 12 o'clock midnight. And then I got to come out there with my opening joke. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's the funny dude though. That's class.
But that's veterans though. You know, we've been doing this a long. We've been like 25.
I've been in the 26 years.
Yeah, 26 years. I'm going on my 21st. So you know, that's the thing. And if you watch it's a DVD Seinfeld did called Comedian. A bunch of comics sitting around talking about the game. With this thing, it's almost like life. Like 5 years in, you're a kid at it. You know? 15 years, you're still an adolescent. Around 20 years, you start to get your voice, and you know, now you're grown up in the game.
Exactly.
And so that's why you look like Bernie Mac, when he did Def Jam, he had been doing comedy maybe 15 years already. That's why he was so polished, and that's why all of those guys who did that initial season, you know, early Def Jam, they were so polished because they had been working already. You know, so comedy is a skill. It's something you can learn. And it's one of the only art forms that you can get paid as you're learning and practice. If you're funny with 15 minutes worth of material, you can work all over your city. And people gonna give you, it might not be a whole lot of money, but it's not free. Whereas a singer, you gotta have a hit song for people to come see most of the time.
I tell people that's getting started in comedy,
don't get started in comedy. It's enough of us. No.
I tell them if you in it for the money, quit right now. Quit right now. Because I'm telling you, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. You got to be in it for the love of the game. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri originally, and I used to drive from St. Louis to Chi-Town on the weekend with $150 in my pocket. Had to pay for my gas, pay for my hotel, food, everything.
And you could do that with 150, 26 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't do a lot. I remember staying in a motel that was so bad, dude. I had to zip my suitcase up so the roaches wouldn't get in it. You know what I mean? And I would do my gig, and I would go home with $150 in my pocket.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That is for the love.
I'm in it for the love of the game.
You gotta be patient. I mean, still to this point, we both, you know, we're able to take care of ourselves. We feed our families, but we still haven't hit that plateau.
You know, I was going to talk about that because I think you guys are still at a point. You got a lot of life left, a lot of comedic life left in you. And how does a comedian become a Richard Pryor or an Eddie Murphy with that kind of popularity?
Ain't nobody else gonna become those two.
Well, I mean, you know,
but if you look at Kevin Hart right now, he's the hot boy. It's a matter of like having the machinery behind you, and it's like each one of them get a chance. Now, it could be a situation where you get one quick movie role. You know, you look at really the key for the last few guys who blew up besides Kevin is getting an Ice Cube movie. Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, you know, who else?
D-Ray.
No, not D-Ray. Cat Williams. They all were in those Friday movies. You know, and that franchise exposed people to them, and Day was
blew up after that.
Money Mike, you know, and Smokey. And next thing you know, so it could be a film.
Def Jam put a lot of brothers out there, though. You know what I'm saying? Def Jam, you know, people didn't know nothing about Bernie Mac till they saw him on Def Jam. When he did Def Jam, it blew him up, man. Said the Entertainer blew up on Def Jam. You know what I mean?
And now that medium is not around because viewership is so fragmented now. You know, it's 250 channels on DirecTV. So it used to be a time like when Def Jam came out, everybody on Friday night was home. They had the VCR set in case you didn't watch it, and you saw them. It's just like back in the day with white comics or mainstream comics. If you did the Tonight Show one time, you know, now you could work around the world. You know, so now we have to be on your social media. Like Lil Duval is a comic that is really getting a lot of exposure now, but it's because he has 450,000 followers on Twitter. It's not because he's any funnier than anybody else. It's just that he has his social media piece together. So it's all about hustle and branding yourself. So seriously, seriously.
Seriously.
And a lot of that's left on your own to do your Twitter.
Yeah. Or your team. Some people have teams. You know? So if you go to, like you mentioned D-Ray, I'm his mentor basically. But D-Ray early on, back then, they would do the Laughpalooza festival Jamie Foxx put together. The industry would come out looking for new talent because they were still looking for the next Eddie Murphy. Okay, so they would grab you and they'd give you a holding deal. The network would try to do something with you, and it'd be $300,000-$400,000 to develop you. They're not doing that anymore because there's not enough viewership per show. Like even a reality show, a successful show now is 1.5, 2 million viewers on cable. You know, Conan probably getting 2, maybe 3 million viewers. network TV back in the day, you had to have 15, 20 million people just to stay on. You know, American Idol was getting 40 million viewers. You know, and back in the day when it was CBS, ABC, and NBC. You only had 3 choices. So if you turn on TV, you're on Sullivan's show, you're famous. You know. So
did
now,
you say Sullivan's show?
I did
As in
say
Ed Sullivan?
Ed Sullivan.
Way back
What you know about Ed Sullivan?
I'm 48 years old. You know, I just I stay out the sun. But I'm just giving you the history of the game because I mean that's why Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, Dick Gregory, Nipsey Russell
came up on that.
You know, they came up on TV and they was you only had to be on one time. You know, so
before Laugh-A-Palooza, it was Montreal Comedy Festival.
Indeed, which still is around, but
it's not
the impact is not as great because the viewership is so fragmented.
Right.
Yeah.
So where would you say a new comic or someone who's trying to get in the industry, where should they start? At a small venue or?
You always got to start small.
Really, wherever you sit, whatever city you live in, go to a comedy club, find out their open mic night or amateur night. You know what I'm saying? Go up and do your time on open mic night. Stay on stage as much as possible, wherever you can get it. If you know what I'm saying, whatever. Even if it's got some little small rooms or whatever like that, hole in the walls.
Right.
Work any place you can work, especially a lot of different type of places, whether it be black rooms, whether it be white rooms or rooms. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn how to work every type of crowd. I try to make everybody laugh. White people, black people, Latinos, Asians. I make everybody laugh. Why? Because all the money green. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention what you should do. I was told this: if you're a comic in a particular city, you want to be the first person that when they come looking for talent, they're like, who's funny in Detroit? Your name should be in the top 3 names they mentioned. So conquer your city. If you get 15 minutes of funny and everybody laughing at you, don't move to LA right away. You think you're gonna make it because you're gonna be in a big. Bernie Mac told me, don't go out there and be a small fish in a big pond. Take over your city first. So I've taken that motto and I've stayed in Chicago because Chicago I look at it as a place people want to come to as opposed to because I'm fortunate to be in a good market. But if you're the #1 comic in St. Louis, when BET goes around looking for comedians, they be like, who's funny in St. Louis? Percy Cruz. You know, so that's what thing. But it's about patience. This game is definitely a marathon. It's just not a sprint.
Is.
You know, there are a few exceptions where people think Kevin Hart just came out of nowhere. Kevin Hart has been in spoof movies. He had a sitcom before we heard of him. You know, the sitcom had 4 episodes. They canceled it. You know, so it's going to be failures. It's going to be successes. It's about being in it for the long haul, and your body of work should speak for your career. And in the meantime, if you're feeding your family and you ain't lifting motors for a living, it ain't a bad gig.
And
I tell people, man, young people, people just period, like in high school or whatever it is in life that you love to do so much that you'll do it for free every day. That's legal. I got to say that sometimes. That's what you make your living at because there ain't nothing like making a living doing what you love to do. They paying you to play. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So how long you been doing this, Tim? Let's interview him. How long you been in broadcasting, radio, and such?
Over 30 years, man.
Now, are you currently on the air in the Bay Area somewhere?
No, but I'm on television, radio, commercials still. I'm on some video games, my voice. I'm a photographer. I've been doing that before I was in radio.
Indeed.
Videographer and a graphic designer. So just like you said, I love doing it. I've been emceeing for a lot of years, and I would do it.
But he only been African for today. King Jaffe Jory.
So as you can tell, we're here with comedians who talk for a living, and I'm sure we could continue to talk more and more and more. And we thank Percy Cruz and also Damon Williams for being here. Karwanna Dyson is my co-host. This is Bluetooth Television, and we'll see you again very soon.
We on Facebook and Twitter too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Damon
Facebook,
Williams,
Twitter.
no S on the end.
Percy Cruz 2, the regular number 2.
And that's Cruz like a bunch of people.
Right, like a big crew, with a plural form of a crew. CREWS. Percy Cruz 2. Hit me, Facebook, man. I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on all that. Y'all holla. You know what I'm saying?
Hit him up.
You know what I mean?